Russell Brand, the once loud, wild-haired whirlwind of British comedy, is now making headlines for reasons far from funny. The same man who sold out arenas with his chaotic charisma and eloquent tirades now finds himself battling legal charges that could define his legacy in a drastically different light. As of April 2025, Brand faces a series of criminal charges related to sexual misconduct. Once hailed as the madcap philosopher of the counterculture movement, he is now under the microscope of the legal system, public opinion, and the entertainment industry. The man who once dared to challenge governments and social norms may now need to defend himself in a courtroom instead of on a stage. This is more than a celebrity scandal, it's a legal and cultural reckoning. The charges. April 4th, 2025, wasn't just another day in the tabloids, it was the day Russell Brand officially became the defendant in a high-stakes legal battle. The Metropolitan Police Service charged him with 5 serious sexual offenses, including 1 count of rape, 1 of oral rape, 1 indecent assault, and 2 counts of sexual assault. These are not vague accusations, they involve 4 different women, and span a timeline from 1999 to 2005. Encompassing some of Brand's most formative years in the public eye. The alleged incidents took place in Bournemouth and Westminster, 2 hotspots of nightlife and celebrity presence at the time. The Crown Prosecution Service, after extensive review, determined that there was sufficient evidence to proceed with charges, no small decision in cases this old. Legal analysts say the prosecution will have to navigate complex terrain around memory reliability, physical evidence, and evolving societal norms about consent. But the CPS doesn't play games. This is a serious legal moment with real consequences. The genesis of the investigation. This story didn't drop from the sky. It erupted like a long-dormant volcano in September 2023. That's when The Times, the Sunday Times, and Channel 4's Dispatches teamed up for an explosive exposé titled Russell Brand, in plain sight. Millions tuned in, and jaws collectively dropped as multiple women came forward with allegations ranging from emotional abuse to rape. These weren't anonymous whispers on social media, they were documented on-camera testimonies with timelines, locations, and eerie consistencies. The fallout was immediate and seismic, prompting the Metropolitan Police to launch a full-scale criminal investigation. Law enforcement officers interviewed Brand several times under caution, not once but repeatedly, signaling they weren't treating this like media gossip, they saw real cause. The investigation stretched across months, with corroborating interviews, digital evidence, and the re-evaluation of past complaints. That 90-minute documentary became a cultural earthquake, opening the floodgates to scrutiny that had, for too long, remained buried under Brand's celebrity armor. Brand's response. If you thought Brand would go quietly into the legal night, you haven't been paying attention. Long before official charges, he jumped ahead of the storm, releasing a now infamous video on his YouTube channel, his pulpit of conspiracy-laced monologues to deny everything. Absolutely always consensual, was the phrase he repeated like a mantra, as he cast himself not as a predator, but as the latest victim of a corrupt media machine. He implied that his views on Big Pharma, war, and the corporate state made him a target. In 2025, when the actual charges hit, he escalated his rhetoric, claiming the case was a coordinated witch hunt designed to silence dissenters. Through legal reps, he promised to fight tooth and nail, portraying the allegations as politically charged and orchestrated to discredit his growing influence online. That stance earned him some supporters in fringe internet corners, but alienated many more who saw it as deflection, not defense. Denial is his current strategy, but in court, soundbites won't be enough. Public and industry reaction. In the court of public opinion, the verdict arrived well before the trial, and it was brutal. YouTube, where Brand had cultivated a massive post-mainstream following, wasted no time. They demonetized his channel, citing breaches of its creator responsibility policy. Translation? He could keep posting, but the ad dollars dried up instantly. His publisher, Bluebird, backed away like it was escaping a fire drill, shelving plans for upcoming projects. Meanwhile, the Trevi Women and Children's Charity, an organization he had publicly supported, cut ties the same day the documentary aired, saying it had a duty to believe and support survivors. Other charities followed suit. Across social media, fans were sharply divided. Some declared unwavering support for Brand, while others expressed betrayal, shock, and anger. Even former collaborators in the comedy world began scrubbing references to him. In less than 72 hours, Brand went from a rebellious thinker with a microphone to an alleged abuser facing cultural exile. A pattern of controversy. Russell Brand has always been as much a tabloid fixture as he has been a performer, and his past behavior adds fuel to the current fire. In 2006, pop star Danny Minogue publicly accused Brand of being a vile predator following an uncomfortable on-air interview. Just 2 years later, he was at the center of the infamous Saxgate scandal alongside Jonathan Ross, during which the pair left lewd voicemails on actor Andrew Sachs's answering machine, mocking his granddaughter. The public outcry led to Brand's resignation from the BBC. In 2014, Brand's ex-girlfriend Jordan Martin alleged in a self-published memoir that he had been controlling, emotionally abusive, and physically violent during their relationship. While Brand has dismissed many of these claims as exaggerated or misinterpreted, the accumulation of red flags has come back to haunt him in 2025, the upcoming trial. Brand's next major appearance won't be on stage but in court. He is scheduled to attend Westminster Magistrates Court on May 2nd, 2025, where the first phase of legal proceedings will begin. Legal analysts predict a highly scrutinized trial due to both Brand's celebrity status and the broader issues surrounding historic sexual abuse cases. Expect an intense courtroom drama, with testimonies from survivors, rebuttals from defense attorneys, and non-stop media coverage. UK courts are generally cautious with high-profile defendants, especially given the potential for public bias and global media involvement. The proceedings are expected to be lengthy, likely lasting several months if not longer. Observers believe this trial could set a precedent for how historical sex offense cases are prosecuted in the UK's post-Me Too landscape. The cultural implications. This case is more than a legal proceeding, it's a litmus test for how society treats power, fame, and historical allegations. While Brand has always projected an image of nonconformity and rebellion, critics argue that his persona was a smokescreen for problematic behavior. Supporters, however, claim he's being punished for simply being outspoken. But this case isn't about political leanings or conspiracy theories. It's about whether a man used his fame to exploit, manipulate, and abuse women. The charges also forced the entertainment industry to once again confront uncomfortable truths about enabling behavior and looking the other way. Much like the Jimmy Savile scandal rocked the BBC years ago, Brand's case may reveal gaps in institutional oversight, media accountability, and celebrity privilege. Fame, fallouts, and facing the music. Russell Brand's rise and potential fall offer a cautionary tale for celebrities in the age of accountability. The allegations against him are grave, detailed, and now formalized through the criminal justice system. Regardless of the verdict, this is a defining moment not just for Brand, but for an industry long accused of shielding powerful men. The case raises fundamental questions. Can fame excuse behavior? Should past actions be judged by today's standards? And how does a culture obsessed with redemption square itself with justice for survivors? Whether Brand is convicted or acquitted, the outcome will leave a lasting impact on the entertainment world and on how we understand power, abuse, and the limits of celebrity. And there you have it, Russell Brand's wild ride from headline maker to headline subject. If this video had you hooked, hit like, tap subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss the next big twist in the world of fame and fallout. See you in the next deep dive.